Yo, what up?
What up, before we move to the co-main and main event, there was obviously someone we need to talk about, as y'all just mentioned, Cuban fighters, as we're talking. 2020 Olympic gold medalist Andy Cruz with KO victory in round 7 over 31-year-old gatekeeper, Antonio Moran. But he showed his pedigree, fast hands, quick feet, ring IQ. So what are our thoughts on this fighter here? We'll start with you, Papi.
All right. Listen, man, I got the pleasure of meeting Andy Cruz at the Boots fight. Listen, man, I think, out of all the new Cubans that are out here right now, I think he has the most potential out of all of them. He's training in an amazing camp. He listens to what his coach says. You know what I'm saying? And I believe he is it. So Andy Cruz, he was in there with a tough dude. Now, if y'all don't know, this is the guy that it took Devin Haney got a cold knockout on this guy. It was the 7th round. And he also got a knockout. 7th round. He faced a little bit of adversity. He had to figure some things out. And what he learned is listening to Bozy. You can hear Bozy. You can hear him. Bozy was like, "Hey, stay right there. When you hit him with that stick, go again. Go again." He's training him out of that amateur style. He's getting him to let's not boop boop and then I got you, right? He does do that. You'll catch him styling a little bit. He does do that, but ultimately he's breaking that habit and he's listening to his coach, which is our respect. And I don't know what else to say about old boy other than he said he Keyshawn Davis's daddy. And I think Keyshawn, I'm in Hampton, bro. You right across the water. You don't let nobody tell you they your daddy. What is his name? Andy Cruz hyphen Davis? No, right. Bro, you knock that hyphen up out of there, bro. Go get your professional win. He got you twice in the amateurs, maybe 3 times, but go get your win back, bro. We need to see that.
Yeah, no doubt. Skywalker, your thoughts?
Andy Cruz looked really good. A lot of people been giving him criticism because he's a little bit older. It took him a while to defect from Cuba to get here, but very special, very talented, amazing pedigree, gold medalist. You know what I'm saying? They got him over here. He's in one of the best camps with Bozianis. I know his strength and conditioning coach real well, Altaf Rahmatullah, and this guy's like a doctor, scientist with his athletes. Boots is one of them. He also does cool boy stuff. He has Stacia Suttles. We just interviewed just recently. He's talking about one of the best strength and conditioning coaches, man. They monitor their sleeping patterns. They want to get the most out of their athletes, man. And we're talking about these guys are like scientists. So he's in one of the best camps. Bozy, amazing coach. So I think they need to fast track him, bro. I think he deserves it. There is some history to why it took him so long to come here. And a lot of it's politics. With Cuba and stuff like that. And he had to make sacrifices to come out here. You got to leave family behind. And so pretty cool, man. I think the sky's the limit for him. I hope he gets that fight with Keyshawn Davis or gets a shot soon.
Yeah, and here we go. Sean wants revenge, I bet, says just Boz. Josh, your thoughts on Andy Cruz?
Sure. Hey, what I will say, I'm going to say it right now. You can get it on record. Top 10 fight in boxing, Andy Cruz versus Keyshawn Davis. I mean, everything is boiling up to that. That's a top 10 fight in the sport right there that I want to see. And what I'll say, I don't understand why anyone would criticize Andy Cruz. I mean, this is only his 4th fight, and he's a prospect, but I think he graduated from that with his victory over Moran, who comes in with a lot of experience. As a matter of fact, Pro Box, they did a tournament, I think it was earlier this year, or late last year maybe, and Moran ended up winning that tournament. I think it was like $50,000 on the line or $75,000, somewhere in that nature right there. And Moran handled it with basically could say kid gloves in some sense because he walked through the competition. He has experience. He can box. I was at that fight where he lost to Devin Haney, got caught with a huge shot, and I can tell you he's the real deal. And coming into this, I thought it would go the distance because I thought that Moran would be able to stand the overall test during that period, but my man Cruz found a way to get the job done, and Moran was a bigger guy, a little bit longer. I think he had an inch on him in reach, but he was a bigger guy just in general. And you got to give Cruz props. He did what he needed to do as far as being able to get the victory. And I believe it was like around the 5th round where Cruz actually got caught with a shot because he threw an errant right hand that he probably shouldn't have thrown, and it was a little bit reckless, and he got caught. And so he had to battle through that adversity right there. And that's what you want to see. Okay, you got caught. He was able to tie up. He was able to regain his feet, and we saw him move forward to victory. And I like the fact that he teamed with Bozy Ennis, because when you think about Jerron Ennis, when I look at him, I was like one of the guys, like, he looks different. You know what I'm saying? He looks different, and you really have to understand it with the naked eye. There, you see him in the ring, it looks different, and I think that's what Cruz was seeing, and he knows he comes with this pedigree, and this is what's going to elevate him, take him to the top right here. And I think he's getting to that point for sure. I think he's a force to be reckoned with there at 135 pounds. Given that he doesn't have a number of fights right now, he's a dark horse, I guess you can say. But I think that his true light will shine here as time goes on. And I want to see him against Keyshawn Davis at some point. That fight has to happen.
Oh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clever D. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I want to kind of caveat what Ernest was saying about, he was doing a lot of amateur style. And if I'm right, Ernest, the amateur style is more just pop shotting. And do one shot, boom, look at me. One shot, look at me. One shot, look at me. He was doing a lot of that. Yeah, there you go. And he adjusted. And the fact that he's with Jerron Bruce Ennis' father, he's training out there in Philly, is helping him out immensely. And it's weird, though. So he's a very decorated amateur gold medalist. He beat Keyshawn in the Olympics, got the gold medal. Keyshawn got the silver, got 2 gold medals. I'm sorry. Remember when Loma came over? He got a title shot with his 3rd or 2nd fight or whatever. 2nd fight.
Yes, yeah. Yep.
People said this a lot about fighters that have a certain complexion and are from Cuba. They don't get treated the same way. If you know what I'm saying.
Well, you said something right there, boy.
You know what I'm saying, Ernest? Skywalker, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a certain fighter with a complexion that uses cocoa butter, you might not get promoted to get a title shot in your 2nd fight.
Yeah,
but others can.
Right.
And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Andy Cruz is they're hopefully they're fast tracking him to gold as far as a belt at 135. But he has Keyshawn. That's a big fight. None of the belt holders are probably going to look at him and want to fight him at this point. But I would love to see the Keyshawn fight when Keyshawn confronted Teofimo, who's at 140. Teofimo's like, you still got business with Andy Cruz. So what are you talking to me for? So I'm wondering how that's going to play out. But that is the fight that us underground boxing lover fans want to see. And yes, I think that is a top 10 fight. Hell, even I'll say top 7 or 8, maybe 6 fight that we would want to see right now. But will it go that route? Who knows? I'm just very curious to how they're going to push him moving forward. Him being a highly decorated amateur. What's the next step? He showed that he can knock people out. He can go to distance. So what more is there to see?
You guys think
for that point that he made about fast tracking people who have had extensive amateur careers?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So can we all for a minute acknowledge that phenoms exist in every sport? Sometimes you get baseball players, basketball. Phenoms exist. They was born to do what it is that they're doing. Boots is one of those guys. He's a phenom in my opinion. The UK had a heavyweight kid. He's 19 years old, and he just slept a guy who had never been slept before. If I can't remember what his name is, but he wanted to beat Mike Tyson's record. And when you're listening and watching the fights, everybody's like, "Oh no, it's too young. We don't want to push him." It's like, what are you talking about, bro? You actually got somebody here right now that's ready to go to war. Let him go. Push him push these guys the same way you would push somebody else that maybe the complexion. This is a sport. You know, anything in the world that brings people together is music and sports. We like to dance. We like to compete. Let them treat them equal, man. Let's go, man. We need this for the sport. We want to see the next Mike Tyson. We want to see that young boy challenge. So they ready for it? Let them cook, man. That's what we want to see.
They push Canelo.
Right.
That's right. Let him cook.
You guys think that he made the right choice? Because he could have went with any promotion that he wanted. He could have went to Golden Boy. He could have went to Top Rank. Think by going through Matchroom, is that the best promotion to push him?
I don't know if Golden Boy is the best for people his complexion.
Yeah. No.
He's not Golden Boy.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, he's Matchroom though.
He's Matchroom. Matchroom. I'll say this about Matchroom. They do their best to try to promote us. Boots had a good turnout. AJ, I don't know if you want to count over there, but I don't mind Matchroom. I thought that I mean, they can't promote
Matchroom, they all the same. I'm telling you, if I say this, you might have been thinking before, but didn't really realize it. Bro, would they be putting black dudes in the ring over there? They be getting them South Africans. Them dudes be like 38-0 with 37 knockouts, cab drivers. Yo, everybody they put in the ring over there that seems like they black, you be wanting to like, oh man, he getting ready to cook him, and he get cold. I don't know where they be finding these dudes at, bro. Eddie Hearn is listen. If I'm Shakur, I'm not signing with. Don't do it, bro. It's something is up.
Promotion like Devin Haney. Be
something is up. I feel it. I put it on record, and something's up.